Hello there from what is presumably going to be a pretty rainy night at Epcot tonight. But I'm here to go on a little adventure. Potentially maybe a Ratatouille adventure. Alright, so I just parked and I'm heading inside. It has stopped raining currently, but I did bring my umbrella just in case. I'm heading back to the very back of the park to France. So of course the day after I had my cast member preview, they started letting cast members take pictures and video inside the France Pavillion expansion. So I'm gonna head back there today, the very final day of cast member previews, and see if I can ride it and maybe walk around and explore the area a little bit. So obviously I'm very excited to be able to head back there again and see what it looks like, particularly at night, which is why I came as late as I did. The park closes in about an hour and a half, and I like to spend the majority of my time back in France. Yikes, those clouds behind me are looking pretty ominous. I did drive through the rain to get inside the park, but maybe it's moving in a different direction and just looks like it's getting more ominous. I guess I'll find out. This is a little bit of a further look away of what the weather situation currently is right now. So again, we'll see if I do get rained on, but if not, that's okay. I just want to make it back to the Ratatouille area before it gets dark. That's my absolute goal tonight. Honestly, it's pretty ominous back there. I may actually avoid this weather because it does look like it is going that way, although I do enjoy some nighttime rain at the parks. So way over on the other side of Epcot, this is the World Nature side, that's World Discovery. Way over there, they announced today actually that Space 220, the new space-themed restaurant in between Test Track and Mission Space, is going to be opening up September 20th. I'm a little bit surprised. It's somewhat busy tonight at Epcot. It hasn't really been that busy at all at the Disney parks recently, but tonight it's kind of busy. All right, made it through the United Kingdom. I think it's darker than it normally would be right now just due to the weather right over there, but I almost made it to France, and hopefully, with my fingers crossed, I'll be able to get inside the new expansion of France and be able to film it. All right, so I made it over to France. It looks like the sun is still up, so I should be able to get the nighttime ambience that I'm really hoping to experience way back there, right behind the Eiffel Tower. And of course, the area that I'm heading is right back here, the Ratatouille entrance for the France expansion. All right, so that's the direction that I just came from, and this is the new France Pavillion expansion. There's the creperie right there on the right, and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure way back there in the back. All right, so I'm making my way down to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which is Gusteau's down there with the fountain that I came across the street. There's La Creperie de Paris, which has some quick service windows right over here, as well as an indoor seated area too. Okay, I'm slowly making my way down to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Look at that beautiful fountain with that sign. Right there, there's a covered area right over here and an outdoor queue, it looks like. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the little shops right over here next to this beautiful fountain, which is a little bit hard to see in the silhouettes, but right here these are rats, and then these are rats holding up champagne bottles. Beautiful. And then of course this is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. There's the sign for Gusteau's right up there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and head inside and ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Okay, so I'm currently in line for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which they did just inform me is currently, unfortunately, having some technical difficulties. So I'm gonna go and hop in line and see what happens. Thankfully I did get to ride this a little while ago, so if I don't get to ride today, that won't be the worst thing in the world. Just getting to head through the queue again will be plenty cool enough. But I'm gonna go ahead and gamble and see if they reopen it on the line. So the first little bit of the queue are down and backs. And then here we are on the roofs of France. That's Gusteau's right over there all lit up. You hear the sounds of France as well. This is really cool. Man, this is just fantastic. Just getting to see this. Again, even if the ride is down and I don't get to ride it tonight, I'll be very, very happy. Oh, Gusteau is talking.
I do hope you have brought your appetite, because tonight, Chef Remy is preparing one of his specialties, which I am certain you will enjoy.
And then after that room right there, where Gusteau talks to you a little bit, there's this room, which is adorable, and I don't know if it's ever going to be this quiet. Again, just getting to see all of the detail. Oh, that's animated. There's Remy right there. How neat. Okay, then the queue kind of goes back over here, and I'm getting pretty close to the ride currently right now. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't run into the line yet, because the ride is down, so nobody's getting on the ride. Okay, so I found the end of the line, which is still pretty close to the loading platform for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, so hopefully I do get to ride it. Okay, so the ride finally came back up about 30 minutes later. and I'm about to ride Remy's Ratatouille adventure. Here come the rat vehicles, which very much so remind me of the Empire of the Penguin vehicles, and then the ride itself is very much so like Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. And here we go. I'm riding Remy's Ratatouille adventure. There's the loading platform right back there. It was a very quick queue after the ride came back up to scratch the glasses, and here I am riding.
Cette nourriture est pour nos invités, pas pour vous. Hey guys, the food is for them, not you.
Okay, I just rode Remy's Ratatouille adventure. I'm gonna omit a majority of what I just saw, just to save the spoilers. Honestly, it was a very, very cute little ride, and I'm glad that I got to do it. I'm glad that I got to see every single scene this time, compared to the first time that I got to see this, where I only saw up until I guess the second to last scene. And then after getting on the ride, you can ride around the corner and then back out into the France area. Here, they got that up right on time, right at the very, very end of the night. This is a more up-close look at Remy's Ratatouille adventure now that the park is closed. The fireworks are over now, so Epcot is completely closed for the evening. So I'm heading out of the France expansion to the front of the park. Here's the other side of the fountain right over here, as well with the extended queue right outside. I don't think I'm ever going to see it this empty in this part of the park for probably a long time. It is so quiet right now, but I definitely want to make sure that they can close up for the evening, so I'm heading on out. I'm very surprised that I got to ride, because I presumed that they weren't going to get it up and going before the park closed for the night, and they did, so that is awesome. I'll be back here without a doubt with Brennan. Hopefully soon. She has her pass holder preview back over here soon, so awesome. This is going to be such a cool addition to France. And then there's the Skyliner station right over there, and I'm heading back outside, back into the regular part of Epcot, where it's probably pretty busy because the park is closed. Honestly, what an incredible opportunity. And I'm sure that this is going to be a very popular place to be in the coming months, and it's going to be filmed many times, so if you did want to see an actual POV of that, there's probably a good amount of them on YouTube, because I think it's an exact clone of the one in France. So I was here on the very first day of cast member previews, and I was evacuated off of it, and then I came back at the very end of cast member previews. I almost didn't get on it, and I did. So I should say that I was here on the very first day of cast member previews, and I was evacuated off of it. I did come back a second time with some coworkers and friends, so I did get to ride the entire ride then. And then I came back tonight, and I didn't think I was going to be able to ride, but I got to ride right at the last second, which was really good. I'm glad that I got to ride this again. I want to ride it as many times as possible before everybody's going to want to ride it. It's definitely busier in the regular part of Epcot, without a doubt. It's not that bad, though, because the park, I guess, closed about half an hour ago.
Good evening, Epcot World Travelers. On behalf of the entire Epcot family, we thank you for joining us today on a journey filled with discovery, innovation, and imagination. From opening day, Epcot's goal has been to entertain, inform, and inspire. But above all, to celebrate a world that offers a spark of hope to people all across the globe, including you. Until we see you again, have a safe trip home. Good night.
That's interesting. It's the first time I've ever heard that. Epcot's little message of telling you to get out of the park. The park is closed, which is a bit of a bummer, because I was hoping to actually have a little bit more fun at Epcot tonight. I even brought myself a sun-kissed beverage to enjoy with some sort of a dinner tonight. That actually does work out, though, so I can come back with Brendan and have an actual trip to the Food and Wine Festival again. So today was just mostly completely focused on the new France expansion and getting to ride Remy's Ratatouille adventure, which, again, could have not happened and almost didn't, but it did. So I should be happy about it. Also, would like to think that stuff like this goes without saying, but when it comes to experiences like this that I get as a perk of being a cast member, getting to upload this and showcase this isn't my method of being first. It's just me sharing something that I'm really excited to share and experience. It's a little bit awkward addressing that, because I generally don't disclose or discuss the fact that I am a cast member because I don't want to seem like I'm exploiting that aspect of my life. I'm a cast member because I absolutely love Walt Disney World, and I'm a vlogger because I love that guest aspect of being at Walt Disney World. I like making magic, I like being part of the magic. It's just what makes me be here and why I'm here doing what I do. So there's that. I don't take it for granted, is what I'm trying to say. I love being a cast member, and I love getting those really cool experiences like I just got back there, getting to check out the new Ratatouille area and getting to ride the ride. Alright, so that was my trip to Epcot to ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, to check out the new France Pavillion expansion. I even wore my little food mask out of solidarity because it's a ride about food, with my cheeseburgers, hot dogs, and fries. There, I had an incredible time, and again, I'm not going to be putting the majority of what I saw on the ride in the video because I do want it to be a bit of a surprise. If you're excited about getting to ride it, and if you do want to see a POV, I'm sure that there's plenty of those online, and there'll be thousands of vloggers here probably covering the opening of Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, so I'm sure you'll be able to watch that as well. I'm just glad that I was able to come and just kind of film it and document it for just my own personal sake, and just upload it as a fun experience that I got to have, because that's what I do here on YouTube. So thank you for hanging out with me. I'm sure this video is going to be a little bit on the quicker side because it was just about getting to go back to France to ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and I had a great time. So I'll see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.